very much like this song.
Bun. Sper că Adri acum a plecat. So, welcome Alin, primul rând. The one-on-one starts,
Welcome.
the campaign
You're welcome.
starts with you. As goes light, so goes darkness. Divinity lost in brands of weakness. Power divided by three, astray by morrow. As goes faith, so comes sorrow. The beginning and the end loved each other without regret. One fell, the other waned. Without unity, strength is profaned. Demons, lonely and unloved, consumed the flesh of the last god, gifting passion and hope to those hated, shunned, and forever abhorred. Legends sing of bygone vestiges, scattered adrift with no presages, conquered by memories and dreams. Only one can bind them and rule supreme. Our story begins in the world of Ostera, a world of magic, worship and mysteries forged in the love of two gods, Orsa and Finis, the beginning and the end. Many seasons have passed since its birth, and unknown ages of bloodshed and tranquility riddle this old and beautiful sphere. The continent of Palladion is on the verge of yet another war. Since Eobul the Conqueror was first anointed by divine Horus, over 500 years have passed. Years in which the Holy Ganabalt Empire humbled nations, consumed races, and compelled people to kneel before its might, or be crushed for their defying opposition. Eobul's descendants still nest on the eternal throne of the great empire, bolstered by the unyielding creed and dogma of the Holy See of Triumph. You either bend the knee and show obedience, or become a heretic and branded for death. With its great military might, wealthy golden bloodlines, and prophets of a mandatory doctrine, very few dare stand in the face of the titan that is the Empire. Your story, Albert Benoit, begins in the northern reaches of the Ganabalt Empire, in the fortress city of Winter's Grace, on a cold winter's night. You take comfort in the loneliness of your humble chambers, reminiscing on the written words of a cold and distant father. My dear son Albert, for the first time in many years, I can finally witness a glimmer of hope for our fallen family. It seems that Lord Izo is very fond of you and very intrigued by your recent military exploits. He called you a prodigy, a born leader. I write this letter in hopes that you will continue to work hard for your family. Never forget that because of the treacherous deeds of your grandfather, my father, our family has fallen from the grace of the Emperor. Many years have I toiled and bled so that our heritage remains ours, and that those hungry hyenas that call themselves nobles won't feast on our weakened flesh. Never forget that you, my son, are a Benoit. Your blood is thicker than gold and older than stone. It is your responsibility now to lead our family into a new era of prosperity and riches. Know that when you return from your military duties, you will marry. I have already found a suitable bride for you. This marriage will ensure the future of our families. Your dear sister Beatrice sends her regards. She misses you dearly. It is her hope, our hope, that you will continue to do us proud. May your shield never break and your sword never miss. With compassion and love, your father, Bricalo Benoit.
Pot să te întreb ceva?
Da, te rog.
Asta este o scrisoare pe care o am.
Da. Deci pentru moment, imaginează-ți că e noapte, târziu, in your humble chambers, care ți-au fost oferite doar datorită faptului că you are of golden blood, a noble bloodline. Și o scrisoare ce ai primit-o de la tatăl tău recent, pe care ai tot citit-o.
Da, și eu sunt în Winter's Rest.
În Winter's Grace, Winter's Grace, da, în partea de cel mai de nord al Ganabalt Empire-ului. Și practic o să descriu cam de 6 luni ești enrolled in the military service of the Ganabalt Empire. Okay. In the Ganabalt Empire, odată ce dobândești 15 ani, ești considerat adult, ca și bărbat.
Sure.
Ești full-fledged adult, bărbat, și în momentul ăla, cumva, familia ta provine, sau your bloodline, cumva, is of a military, cum să zic, heritage. În ideea de a recupera, cumva, grația pierdută a familiei tale, you enrolled in your army like your father did before, your grandfather, grand-grandfather, and so on. De 500 de ani, familia ta de Benoist is one of the founding families, one of the original noble sau golden bloodlines, cum se zice în The Ganabalt Empire. Primul Benoit a luptat alături de Eobul the Conqueror după ce Eobul a fost anointed by Divine Horus. Și ești într-o noapte oarecare super frig în partea de nord a Imperiului. Winter's Grace is a really big fortress city. You have knights and Imperial Guards. You have Avengers and Celestial Gunners. You have Paladins and Priests and White Mages and Clerics and Bishops. They represent the Winter's Grace represents one of the most important military hubs in the Ganabalt Empire.
Ok. Familia mea unde ar avea situl sau nu are neapărat un hall?
Ca orice founding family, casa ta principală ar fi în Ganabalt, în capitala Imperiului. Dar okay. Există, bineînțeles, Winter's Estates, există Summer Estates, dar multe din ele au fost confiscate, pierdute în diferite procese cu alte familii și, bineînțeles, toate astea din cauza a ceea ce a făcut bunicul tău, dar nici acum nu știi ce a făcut. După atâția ani, cumva, you cling on the promise of your father that once you become the head of the Benoit family, you are going to find out what your grandfather did.
Ok. Bunicul are un nume? Ai menționat un lord, dar nu cred că era el. Chiar la început ai menționat un lord, nu i-am prins numele.
Da,
Izo,
Lord Izo.
Cum?
Izo, stai că-ți spun, I-S-E-A-U-X.
L-O-R-D-I-S-E-A-O-X.
Da,
Dar asta
Lord,
nu-i bunicul meu, nu?
Lord Izo nu e bună tu. Lord Izo e one of the founding families.
Ok.
One of the
Da.
8 founding families și cumva speranța tatălui tău e ca Lord Izo, care e the Lord of Dominion in Winter's Grace. Deci el conduce tot Winter's Grace-ul și toată partea de nord a Imperiului. To vouch for you, to vouch for your family and help you ascend to your former responsibilities, wealth and glories. Și bunicul tău, numele la bunicul tău este Vincent Dior Benoit. Deci Vincent Dior, efectiv așa cum se aude, Benoit. So Lord Vincent Benoit is your grandfather. And your father is Bricalo, dar se scrie Bricalot, ceva de genul ăsta. Ți-am scris acolo la notițe toate chestiile astea.
Bricalot.
Da, Bricalot. Inițial am crezut că se zice Bricalot, dar nu, e Bricalo Dupont. Scuze, Dupont Benoit.
Benoit. Okay. We can continue.
Okay. So you read the letter, and one word remained with you for a few days now. You keep reading this letter almost as if it's a prayer that you say before going to bed, because you are so awestruck that your father, that distant and cruel father of yours, used the word proud and love and compassion, and that's something really unusual from your father. Pentru câteva momente, aproape în fiecare zi, stai și te întrebi, sigur el e cel care a scris scrisoarea asta, sau nu e ceva servitoare sau servitor care pur și simplu și-a permis să flăreșe un pic și să împodobească un pic scrisoarea, dar nu, este scrisul tatălui tău. De mână, evident, scris. So proud, such a curious word. In all the years of your life, you've never heard your father use that word before. The only words he uttered to you and your older sister were insults and demands. On good days, he would just ignore you, contemplating his wretched life, blaming his father for the fall of your family. Now it seems you finally earned his respect, and even rarer still, his love. Putting the letter back into the drawer, you ask yourself, who is this match your father arranged for you? Should you accept, or should you just walk away? And then you remember the last words spoken to you by your sister before you left home. I hate you for being a man, for having the future of our family rest on your shoulders. I hate myself for being born a woman, not being able to take destiny into my own hands. Nevertheless, this is the nature of things. And so, brother, I put my faith in you. Don't disappoint me. Become strong and feared by many. You tell yourself, don't you dare be weak now, for weakness is a death sentence. You need to be strong and proud to restore your family name. Or at least, these are the words that were etched into your very being from when you were still a child. It's been 6 months since your enlistment into the military. Winter's Grace has been your home for this duration. Being born a noble, you were graced by some privileges. For example, the first week after you arrived, you were made a knight. Others were not so fortunate. Another perk of being a noble is that you have your own chamber. Small, cold, not many things in it, but surely much more comfortable than those nasty barracks where hundreds of soldiers fester in their own smell. The cold and harsh environment of the Winterlands have not been kind to you, Albert Benoit. It's not easy being a wheel in the giant war machine of the Empire's military might, but it is necessary. Many nights you went to sleep afraid of losing flesh to frostbite, and many mornings you woke up asking yourself if this would be your last day. But by the aids of the gods, destiny, or your own skill, somehow you managed to survive the harsh training regime and even climb the ranks to become a captain. Why did you do all this? For family and duty? For your father? For your dead mother? For your sister? For ambition? It is late. You better go to sleep. Morning will arrive fast in the Winterlands. And so you try to find the comfort of your bed. You put the letter from your father back into the drawer. You blow the light of the flickering candle and you go to sleep, so as to prepare for your next morning. You hear metal hitting wood as someone beats the door of your chambers into submission. From the other side of the door you hear the voice of a man. "I am sorry, my lord, but the priest wants to see you. Go with haste, he has an important mission for you from Lord Izo himself." You stand up. You begin donning your chainmail. You rest your shield on your shoulders, your sword on your belt, and prepare to leave your room. Înainte să ieși din cameră, pui mâna on the doorknob, te uiți în urmă, parcă știind că something is off. Nu e prima oară când during the training regime or during your military training nu ar fi prima oară când ești trezit în toiul nopții, face parte din rutină. Dar e prima oară când ești chemat la ora asta târzie in the priest's chamber cu promisiunea unei misiuni din partea lui Lord Izo himself. Te uiți la the drawer unde ai lăsat scrisoarea și te gândești: maybe is this it? Is this the opportunity you've been waiting for? And so you leave the room. You shut the door behind you. You venture beyond the barracks and the kitchens, up the stairs to find the chamber of this priest. Father Benedict is his name. A weird fellow, a cruel man, who takes great pleasure harassing the common soldiers. To you, Albert, he still shows some resemblance of respect, maybe because he fears your golden blood. Regardless, he is your superior, and his commands must be obeyed. After a while, you find... What?
E militar?
No, but he is the priest that overseeing, să zicem, the trainees, the military recruits, inclusiv tu. There is e o ierarhie în toată chestia asta. And,
cum se adresează lumea? Father?
Father Benedict. Father Benedict. După cum am zis, ție și altor nobili le arată un pic de respect și se vede cumva că îți respectă your noble heritage, your noble blood, dar cum am zis, el e foarte crud, foarte rău. He's bullying the recruits that are of common blood, of normal, not noble blood. You arrive at his chambers and knock on the door, and you hear a very frail voice going, "Come in." You open the door to his chambers and enter a well-lit room, warmed by a small fireplace. Scrolls and leather-wrapped books arranged in an orderly fashion sleep in giant bookshelves to the left and to the right of the room. In the middle, sitting at his desk, Father Benedict seems enthralled by a letter that holds the seal of House Izot. The seal of House Izot e un scut, un normal kite shield cu 3 iriși, ar fi, and with an 8 crested star in the middle. Deci ar fi scutul cu cei 3 crini și în mijloc o stea cu 8 ramificații. Father Benedict...
Ce fel de stea?
O stea cu 8 pointy thingies. Înțelegi tu?
Colțurile, zice, nu?
Da, 8 colțuri. Father Benedict, as he sees you, he removes his spectacles, puts the letter aside, and stands up. As always, you are very driven, my lord. We have something very important to talk about. A tall, skinny man with long, white hair dangling from his scalp stands before you. With his piercing green eyes, he judges you and takes your measure. He looks much older than his years would suggest. Maybe the cold and harsh environment of the Winterlands have not been kind to him either. I would invite you to take a seat, but we don't have time for pleasantries. Lord Izot has given us a very important mission, my lord. Și pune mâinile la spate și se apropie de tine. Se uită la tine de sus până jos. Vede că ți-ai pus scutul, că ți-ai pus sabia, că ești pregătit. He sees your demeanor and your poziția, faptul că stai drept, faptul că ai fost educat și antrenat. Pentru tine, the military service didn't start 6 months ago. The military service started from when you were 2 or 3 years old. Your father always demanded respect, salutations, ți-a băgat cumva, a bătut în sângele tău și în instinctul tău always show strength, always to be composed. Father Benedict knows you already. You've encountered each other a few times in the past, and he knows that you are a noble and a worthy one at that. So he challenges you sometimes to see a glimmer of weakness, but don't forget your father's words. Weakness is a death sentence. Se plimbă în jurul tău, mâinile la spate, taking your measure, și începe să se miște în jurul mesei, se duce, te lasă un pic să aștepți, se duce și începe să se uite prin cărți, prin scrolls, ca și cum cât de important e el. Pe care se întoarce la tine și zice: We are to escort a group of Imperial Guards through the woods tonight to execute... He pauses for a moment. Monsters. They might look like children to your innocent eyes, but do not be deceived, my lord. Fell magic courses through their veins, and it has been decided by the new archbishop himself that they need to be removed. You, my lord Benoit, are to guard me as I pronounce their sentence, and to make sure that the execution goes smoothly, like good wine upon a parched throat. He sketches a crooked smile, being proud of himself for finding such expensive words, fit for a noble. Children, monsters that need to be executed. You've heard stories about some experiments that the Holy See is overseeing downstairs, in the dungeons. But you've never been there before. But children, surely you're not to execute children in the name of the Archbishop and of the House Izor. You follow Father Benedict downstairs, beneath stone floors and dark ceilings. It seems that the Empire loves to bury its bones where no one can find them. You turn and walk by an endless number of abandoned cells that probably housed these so-called monsters not too long ago. Everything looks abandoned and empty. You don't say a word, trying to hide your disgust from the ever-judging green eyes of the priest. What is it, my lord? Surely you are not worried.
Ne jucăm de D&D?
Yes, ne jucăm de D&D.
Deci m-a întrebat, actually, I am not worried. Trebuie să intru un pic in his headspace, da?
Okay, take your time.
This is the first time he's seen this. But he knew there was something.
De regulă, there are rumors of experiments in the dungeons beneath the fortress, deep in the catacombs. There are rumors of all sorts of experiments that the Empire is doing in the shadows and in the dark corners where no one can see them. All under the protection and the pious clergy and the Holy See. To your knowledge, these experiments are usually to try to find, cum să zic, au loc to try to find new weapons or to harness new energies or powers or new abilities that can somehow enhance further the military might of the Empire, to finally defeat the last bastion of resistance on the continent of Palladion, the Seirei, and their proud warriors, the Seirei Noiaibla.
Seirei.
Yes. So as you walk through the shadows, through endless hallways, drifting through the shadows and hidden secrets of the Empire and the Holy See, Father Benedict, walking in front of you, guiding you, leading the way, asks you, "So, my lord, surely you are not worried?"
No. I am curious though. How do you know they are monsters?
Well, of course, those who dwell in Trufel magic, using it for their magic and their abilities, are already tainted, heretics, branded, and they need to be dealt with quickly and swiftly and with an iron fist. You agree?
I understand. I was just curious if they manifest anything, if that's how you spot them.
Stă un pic, se oprește și zice:
In case I come across one, how would I recognize it?
Well, some of them, they have beast-like traits. For example, wolf-like ears, tails, claws, fangs, beast-like or demonic eyes. Some of them, my lord, look like you, and I. But the magic they are using is vile and putrid. They use astromancy, trying to foresee the future, bend the laws of nature, bend the laws that God has given us. It is unnatural. Those are much harder to spot, my lord. But surely, to your keen and trained eyes and instincts, they look different. I am sure that you might be able to spot them.
Two questions.
Okay.
Meta-wise. Și alte specii în afară de oameni care
Există,
sunt comuni?
normal. Normal.
Și sunt bestial?
Există beast folk. În mod normal, cam 90% din Imperiu is either human or la fel.
Ok.
Mostly human.
De fapt, asta ne zis. Da.
Mostly human. Elves și beast folk în trecut, mai bine zis peste 100 de ani în trecut, au fost toți organizați în the Gallian Queendom, condused by the Midsummer Queen herself. Their beautiful and esteemed queen that was killed by the emperor of that time. În momentul în care the Gallian Queendom a fost cucerit. O mare parte din elf și beast folk au fugit west and southwest, on the shores and on the sea, and beyond the clifflands and the sandlands, and the sunlands. Dar o parte din ei au rămas in the Empire. It is not so uncommon to see in the slums of the city or in poorer districts to see beast folk or elves, but usually they are used as slaves, either for pleasures, house slaves, or if they are strong, usually the males are used as slaves in the mines and quarries of the empire.
Ok. Și al doilea, acum sunt celule cu...
Asta zic, nu e nimica. They look abandoned. Se vede că în trecut a fost cineva. Vezi bucăți de haine aruncate aici pe acolo, boluri în care e... știi, dacă lași foarte mult mâncarea, că devine efectiv ca o peliculă neagră uscată. După ce trec luni de zile. Cam așa ceva. Și na, ești destul de antrenat, ești destul de versat, ai văzut destul de multe deja pentru 15 ani ai tăi. Adult, tu le care ești. Ți-ai dat seama că au fost mulți ținuți aici în trecut, dar cu timpul s-au tot împuținat și tot i-a scos. Probabil au renunțat la experimente. Maybe the experiments were not successful. Și atunci they discarded these so-called monsters.
Ok.
No.
Deci ultimul lucru care m-am întrebat e... Dacă surely with my normal blood I could tell.
With your instincts and your training. Și eu te-am dat un pic mai tare pe Discord, dar o să rog dacă poți vorbești un pic mai tare ca să se aude și pe înregistrare mai bine.
Sigur.
Father Benedict zice, maybe we should be hasteful.
Lead the way.
Follow me, my lord. After descending through the darkness for who knows how long, you arrive at another set of stone stairs. But this time, you do not go down. Instead, you begin to ascend. And you go up and up and up. Through the back entrance of the fortress, into the woods outside. So you leave the fortress, you leave its protective walls, and you go outside into the woods. Father Benedict doesn't say anything, he just leads you on into the darkness of the forest. It's pretty cold. and you adjust your cloak so as to find a bit of comfort and warmth. You do find this very dubious.
I do.
Snowflakes drift and fall from the black night sky, disappearing into an endless white carpet that covers the entire forest. The fresh air is comforting, but the cold is harsh and biting. You pull your cloak closer, trying to protect yourself, and find a bit of warmth. After following Father Benedict for about 10 or 15 minutes, you now can see the fortress and the city in the distance. You wait until a group of Imperial Knights arrive from the darkness of the shadows. They salute you and the priest, showing their respect to your superior ranks. Dragged behind them, you can see 7 children, chained and bound in rusty old iron chains. The poor things look frightened, scared, beaten and bruised. At a closer inspection, you can see that some of them have beast-like ears, exact cum a descris Father Benedict, claws, even fangs. One of the children, a young girl, finds your gaze. She's no more than 9 or 10 years old. She looks tired and hungry. Her eyes and wolf-like ears are what stand out the most. At first, you try to turn your face, but there is something about her. A cascade of emotions washes over you. Are these emotions hers? Is she somehow showing you her suffering, her anger and sadness, her pain? You bite your lip to resist the urge to shed tears. You need to compose yourself. Weakness is a death sentence. Father Benedict steps up in front of the Imperial Knights and says, "Are these the monsters that need to be dealt with?" The priest asks, spitting at the ground in disgust. "Yes, my lord," one of the guards says as he pulls one of the children by the chains. "Then let's get this over with. Get them to that stone." The children protest at first, but after a few timely placed punches and kicks, their protests subside. Father Benedict pulls out a scroll with the letter from Lord Izo with his seal on it and says, "In the name of the Holy Ganabalt Empire, by the grace of His Holy Eminence and the will of the noble bloodline of Izo, you are here sentenced to death via execution by sword and spear. Blah blah blah, just kill them all. Make sure no blood tarnishes my robes. You go. Help these Imperial Knights, my lord. This is your final test. Make us proud."
Test.
Yes, your final test. If you are willing to show the Empire and House Izo that you will do anything, then you will be called upon with open arms, and your family will be restored. So this is your mission. Help the Imperial Knights kill these children. And please make sure, face câțiva pași în spate, don't tarnish these fine silk robes with their blood. It disgusts me.
My mission to restore my honor is to kill a child.
They are not children, do not be deceived. They are monsters, tarnished by fell magic. Look at them.
Bound children. Where is the honor in that?
The honor is eradicating these
What
pests.
am I proving with that?
You will prove that you are loyal. It is a command given directly to you by our superior and by the Lord Izo, to see that the weakness that stained the golden blood of your grandfather is gone from yours. No more weakness. The will of the Empire is absolute. Show us your determination, Lord Albert Benoit, son of Evergreen and Bricalot, and your honor and station will be restored. The Imperial Knights stand at the ready. Begin! You watch as one of the Imperial Knights. Ești pe hartă?
Sunt.
Okay, one of the Imperial Knights takes his sword, pulls a small 7 or 8 year old girl, o trage de păr asta, țipă cât de tare o ține plămânii, îi dă un pumn în nas, îi sparge arcada cu totul și începe să curgă sânge. To her right, you see this beast-like boy. Ăsta e cam cel mai mare, undeva la 12 ani. He seems very protective of her and of the other children. Just yells out in a gruesome roar and tries to break his chains. And let's see if he manages to break his chains. Okay. He tries to break the chains, but he cannot. Începe să muște și să tragă cât de tare poate și țipă, No! No! The Imperial Knight takes his sword, looks at the boy with a wicked smile etched upon his face. The girl just stands still, doesn't yell, doesn't scream, just accepts her fate, looks at her judge, looks at her killer, as the Imperial Knight slowly but surely impales her throat and chest with the long sword, and the girl dies. The other Imperial Knights pull out their swords, take up their spears, and begin attacking the children. The children scream, trying to protect themselves. Some of the children, you see, conjure up magic, weird green fire in their hands, even bound. One of the girls, this weird small child, 5 or 6 years old, with stitches everywhere and scars, she summons up green flames and hurls it at one of the Imperial Knights. The Imperial Knight puts his hands up in trying to protect himself. And Father Benedict goes, What are you waiting for, my lord? Go, help the Imperial Knights, clearly they are possessed by demons and fell magic.
I will draw my sword.
Okay.
I have a long sword, right?
If you look at your character sheet, you are now a knight in training.
Da, am văzut. I do have a long sword.
You have a long sword, you have a shield, and you have chainmail on.
I will draw my sword. And my shield.
Okay.
And I will begin by throwing my shield at the feet of the priest.
Okay.
You can have that.
What is the meaning of this? Kill them! This is a direct order from Lord Izo. Restore your family's honor. Do not be a fool.
Fuck your honor.
I have vouched for you. Vouched that you are worthy of the vault.
And I will threaten him with the weapon.
Oh shit. Okay, the Imperial Knights attack and then stop and look at you and
Tell
the
them to
priest.
stop.
Cum?
Tell them to stop.
I will give you one last chance, Lord Benoit. Do not be a fool like your grandfather was.
Tell them to stop.
Make an intimidation check.
Ew. Did I do it?
E secret.
Eu ce prost sunt.
E secret. Nici măcar eu nu-l văd. Atâta de secret e.
Scuze.
Oh shit!
19.
Okay. Let me change the music
not-
then.
I'm not 20 actually. Doar la secret.
Oh, nice. Well, oricum, ai dat foarte mult intimidation. Ok, so... Trebuie să dau un pic mai încet. Că asta e dita mai melodia epică. So... Okay, so you threaten Father Benedict with the sword, and it seems it has an effect on him. Listen to him. Drop your weapons. It seems that treachery runs to his blood. Lord Izo will hear of this, and he will disgrace your
From
house
whose
further.
mouth will he hear it from? This is what's going to happen. I will take these children with me. We will leave the Empire. And you will tell nobody anything about it. Are we understood? And if I were you, I would kill myself.
The priest.
I had respect for you,
Okay.
killing fucking children.
Ok, un pic vreau să... Scuze dacă mă mic un pic mai încet pe asta.
Stai liniștit.
So, you watch as he cumva își lasă un pic mâinile jos, pregătit cumva să asculte, dar își lasă mâinile un pic tot mai jos și vezi la un moment dat că face like a really quick symbol and he tries to cast a spell at you.
Okay. Can I grab his hand?
You can do whatever you want.
I want to try to grab his hand.
Ok,
Să, dacă vrea să caseze din mână, vreau să prind de
cu
mână.
mâna dreaptă. Make an athletics check, please. Așa să vedem.
13.
13, ok. Trebuie să punem melodia asta. Ok. So, you take hold of his hand. And
While still holding the sword.
no,
Deci,
while still holding the sword. And in the next moment, one of the Imperial Knights takes his spear and just charges you.
Vreau să... Deci cum îl țin așa, I want to... If I notice, do I notice?
Yes, you can see this.
Vreau să îl trag pe preot și să mă apăr cu el.
Ok. You do this, te aperi cu el, în momentul ăla, the Imperial Knights stops. And the
What
priest...
is your name?
Stă foarte... Cum să zic, e confuz un pic, că nu știe ce se întâmplă. Evrard is my name, Lord Captain.
Take your helmet off. I want to see the face of a coward.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, God. I'm not good at these. Ba, de fapt, așa
Oricum,
am-
stețurile acum sunt cumva simbolice mai mult. Okay, so the priest says, "Do not take your helmet off. Whatever you do, these children must die." Nu-și dă...
Somebody will die tonight.
You are a coward. My lord, I know you will not kill me. Kill these bastards! Kill them all, whatever happens!
I will slice his throat.
Okay, you see one of the Imperial Knights just impales the boy, the beast-like boys, with his claws and teeth, and his the fox-like ears, just impales him through the abdomen, through the throat, and kills him on the spot. In that moment, you take your sword.
I will whisper into his ear, "My blood is thicker than gold and older than stone, old man," and I will slice his throat like the bitch he is.
You
And
slice.
I think I will gun it.
Okay.
Because there's too many of them.
Shop the Imperial Knights.
I will gun it. I will gun it.
So you îi tai gâtul la Father Benedict. You see as this warm, reddish, crimson liquid just pours out of the wound. Se neacă cu propriul lui sânge. You see him tumbling down on his knees. All that blood just destroys his beautiful silk robes. Scuze, velvet. E foarte important. They are velvet robes.
Deci roșii.
Da. Și se umple cu sângele roșu, se imbibă, cade jos și dă să moară. Two of the Imperial Knights, ăia care și-au omorât de Corey, se întorc și vor să sară după tine. Traitor! Father Benedict was killed! Ăia la alți încep să taie și să atace copiii luptă cât de bine pot. Și let's roll for initiative. First initiative of the game.
Initiative.
So Father Benedict is no more. E o modalitate prin care, hai că pe el să nu-l adaug în inițiativă, dar să adaug restul. Facem, uite, așa.
Trebuie să începi un
Asta știu, să-i selectez așa și pot să dau direct roll for initiative, dar pe tine te las să-ți dai tu.
Da, începe un encounter.
Pac.
Așa. Bun. Sunt și eu înăuntru?
Pe tine nu te-am adăugat, te-am lăsat să-ți adaug și pe inițiativă.
Pot să mă bag eu. Ok.
Haide mă, like a true knight. 4. Bun. Ok, so let's see.
Unul a ajuns la mine deja.
Ăla care a venit să te atace și ai pus pe Father Benedict în față. Ok, so this Imperial Guard over here just goes to this little child here and it's going to attack the little child. Haide mă să. E de 2 damage la copilă.
They are bitches.
Cred că n-am dat bine. Așa, -2. Ok. So, încerci să dai să fugi, deci l omor pe Father Benedict, încerci să dai să fugi. And with the corner of your eye, you can see one of the little children. Cred că n-are mai mult de 5-6 ani. Îmi cer scuze if it's a bit too much. Știu ce am discutat, dar this is me bringing it really down. Înțelegi? Deci a fost mult mai grusă. Deci o nimicește instant cu spirul pe săraca fetiță.
2 HP?
Da, avea fix 2 HP și bine, e unconscious. Cum down next. N-am dat begin combat. Ok, round 1. Cum dau următorul în inițiativă. Next. Uite aici, pe
săgeatele. Undeva.
So, the other Imperial Knight sees that the little girl is down. To make sure that she dies, takes his sword and just coup de gras her. Just slashes her throat open. This one here, pe asta e fetița care s-a uitat la tine și care aproape te-a făcut să plângi. Cumva are abilitatea ca un empat. cumva a creat link-ul ăsta cu tine, dintre tine și ea și... Sorry, e prea tare muzica asta. Ce o să încearcă ea să facă? O să încearcă să-și rupă legăturile. So, let's make un athletics check. 14. Încearcă să muște cu dinții ei de lup și îi vezi urechile cum se lasă în jos, cum coada îi se înfoaie în spate, cum face tot ce îi stă în putință ca să scape și să rupă legăturile, dar în același timp încearcă cumva să-l protejeze pe băiatul de lângă ea, pe ăsta. Okay. Dar nu reușește să-și rupă legăturile. Sunt legați la mâini, sunt legați la picioare, nu reușește să scape, din păcate.
Ai zis că sunt legați cu metal, nu?
Cu metal, da. Rusty old chains, iron chains. This Imperial Knight here is going to come here. Să vedem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Te flanchează cu celălalt. So I'm going to roll with advantage. Nu mai țin minte cum făceam chestia. Just do 2 rolls.
Da, din cauza că le-ai pus pe automat. Dacă nu le-ai pus pe automat, te lăsa să-ți alegi.
Ok. So that would be 4 damage from its spear.
Ok.
Și poți tu să te selectezi să-ți scazi viața sau îți scad eu?
Da, tot.
Awesome. Bun. So vine în spatele tău, tu te pui protectiv cu sabia încercând să te aperi, nemai având scutul. Vezi că ai -2 la ce. Te imperie în umăr și iasă un pic the point of the spear through your left shoulder. Sânge începe să curgă. Pune piciorul jos și trage cât de tare poate din spear și zice: Traitor! Traitor! In the name of the Empire, you shall die! Asta e o fost tura lui. So this child here... Fă-mi te rog totuși un perception check să văd cam cât vezi ce se întâmplă, având în vedere că you're engaged with 2 Imperial Guards, Imperial Knights.
Proficient in perception. I see the future.
Ok, atunci fii atent ce vezi. Vezi cum flăcări verzi încep să... Tot uit să fac o chestie. Scuze dacă mă mai încurc în muzică, chestii pe The Forge, că încă nu sunt obișnuit cu...
Stai liniștit.
So I'm sorry. Stai. Where is it? Așa. This is... Așa. Spun False Knight. Ok. So you see as the green flames...
ninge.
Cum?
Acum văd că ninge.
Da, ninge. Deci fetița asta de aici, îi mișc token-ul, vezi cum flăcările alea verzi încep să danseze și cum în jurul metalului și efectiv îl dezintegrează, îl mănâncă încet, dar sigur, și îl dezintegrează complet și la mâini și la picioare. Și în momentul ăla ia pe copilul ăsta de aici și începe să facă aceeași chestie și cu lanțurile lui, de la mâini și de la picioare. Deci fetița asta a reușit să se scape cu magia asta ei, the fell magic that she uses. Okay, so next in combat, this Imperial Knight sees what's going on, o să vină aici și o să atace pe fetița cu flăcările ei. Ok, so that's a total of 7. So, în momentul în care ăsta vine cu spirul și încearcă să o atace, să-i taie efectiv mâinile, vrea să impelie mâinile cu spirul, fetița își pune un scut protector din energie verde. Și you see as the Imperial Knight's spear just breaks on impact. Shatters the wood and the metal. So she has some really powerful magic for such a small child. Asta a fost tura lui. The other Imperial Knight comes and attacks you, my Lord Benoit. and you take 6 points of damage, and that is so poetic pentru că mai ai 7. Ai avut 7 HP.
Da.
Vine ăsta, spirul în dreapta, direct. You are impaled. Îți rupe 2 coaste în partea dreaptă de la impact și scoate, știind că în momentul în care scoate sângele ăla o să curgă și o să curgă și o să te rănească. You are looking really bad, really rough. And those 3 Imperial Knights are bent on killing you.
I got that.
Okay, another Imperial Knight comes and attacks the little child. Yeah, and this one deals... okay, this one își ia sabia, vede cum magia de la scutul de la fetiță fades away into nothingness. He takes his long sword and just attacks and impales the chest of the little girl. În ultima ei suflare, cu ultima ei putere, vezi sânge cum îi curge pe nas, gură, întinde mâna către lanțurile metalice astea care îl țin bound pe băiatul ăla de 5-6 ani și they are burned with the green flame and they just disappear, they are disintegrated and he's free. And she just falls to the ground, a pool of blood forming at the base of her broken body. In this moment, this knight here tries to attack you. And my lord Benoit,
Come at me, bro.
hai că vine muzica. Că ai dat perception-ul foarte bun. From the top of the rock, at the base of which the Imperial Knights arranged in a timely fashion the monsters, these so-called monsters, to be killed and assassinated, executed. You see a shadow, a giant looming shadow, and you hear this booming voice of a woman as she yells at them, saying, "The abyss will take you!" As she plunges through the air, plunging 30-40 feet and attacking one of the Imperial Knights, the one who just tried to kill you. Și vezi cum cu dita mai great sword, efectiv anime style, full blade great sword, black with purplish and red energy around the blade, you see her cutting the Imperial Guard in two. Impactul e atât de puternic încât cele două părți care au rămas din corpul ăla de Imperial Knight is scattered in two different directions. And there's a small crater care se formează la baza blade-ului. And you see this beautiful, menacing, dark night woman. O secundă să-i dau drag. And this Imperial Knight is just gone.
Nu, ăla din fața mea.
Nu, ăla care te-a atacat. Cum dădeam ca să poți să-i vezi poza?
Cu
Shift Z?
Nu mai știu.
Că era o chestie cum token. Close. Sorry. I still sheet, nu? Cum dădeam ca să vezi? View character artwork, show players, așa.
Right click, choose view character artwork or view token artwork.
Ți-am dat, nu vezi? Nu vezi?
Da, văd.
Bun. So, aia așa reprezentativ un pic ca să, așa cumva artistic, dar ce vezi tu e tipa asta cu părul alb, lung, cumva scurt în față, dar lung în spate, cel puțin ce vezi ce poți observi din sub helmetul ăsta, this really black metallic helmet. Vezi că e îmbrăcată în full plate armor, dar are o mantie în spate. Un fel de cloak făcut din ceva material foarte gros și rezistent. N-are nicio emblemă, niciun blazon, nimica pe the cloak, pe mantie. It's just black and purplish in hue and color, just dangling, and you see her looking at you with her deep crimson eyes as they glow. And she takes her sword again and looks at the one who wants to attack you right now, and just cu o singură mână, ținând dita mai săbiocul ăsta, îi taie efectiv capul de pe umăr.
Goodbye, Eric.
Stai să îi adaug și ei inițiativă. Roll for initiative. O dat unul. Poetic, nu că e poetic.
I mean, that's actually pretty good, no?
Yeah. Okay, so this child here, că ai dat natural 20 și am încredere în tine, ai dat foarte bine, you are military trained. Ești obișnuit să fii atent, ești obișnuit să ai cumva un 360 awareness, să fii pe fază ce se întâmplă în jurul tău, inclusiv în toate direcțiile. Ok, ai văzut-o pe asta, ți-a atras focusul, dar ești atent la The Imperial Knights, ești atent la copii, ești atent la ăla dacă se ridică de pe jos. Și vezi unul dintre băieți, băiatul ăsta de aici, care stă lângă fetița with the wolf-like features, cum se lasă jos la cealaltă fetiță care a fost omorâtă, basically, sau a făcut unconscious sau whatever. And you see his hands glow with this orangish white light. And you see the little girl begins to breathe again.
Okay.
Și zice, stand up, now! This one here, the little child care a fost practic salvat de fetița asta cu with her green flames, de frică, fuge. And these two Imperial Knights are going to try to attack him. So let's do opportunity attacks. One attack, two attacks. Yeah.
Hi.
În timp ce își întoarce spatele și începe să fugă, you see the two Imperial Knights just impale his tiny frame with two spears. And the boy just falls down. So yeah. Asta de aici se ridică and she tries to crawl her way out from this really, really nasty situation. The two Imperial Knights are going to attack her as well. Yeah, she's going to be like... unul misuie, reușește cumva să misuie. Copilul care o hiluit-o încearcă să o protejeze, face un fel de flare of light și îl orbește pe unul dintre Imperial Knights. Celălalt Imperial Knight just impales the little girl as she tries to crawl her way. Plânge, sânge peste tot, lacrimi, muci. No, please don't kill. She just... Netura la the unknown female Dark Knight. She looks at you and says, "We need to save the children, whatever it takes." Și o vezi că se întoarce, te lasă pe tine, te descurci tu, ceva de genul, și fuge să ducă să salveze copiii. O să alerge cât de tare poate. În timp ce aleargă, vezi cu sabia cum le taie legăturile metalice de la picioare la băiatul care și-a folosit magia de lumină și la fetița lup. Practic, cred că sunt singurii care mai trăiesc. Și cum se pune cumva protectiv între ei și the two Imperial Knights. And yeah, she's pretty pissed. You just watch as she takes her sword and like întoarce invers. She's impaling the ground, and you see this beautiful crimson flower like blossoms out of the blood of the fallen children and the dead Imperial Knights, and from all the pools on the ground. Și imaginează-ți cum crește floarea în fața de Imperial Knights. The Imperial Knights don't know what the fuck is going on. În momentul ăla se transformă într-un trandafir uriaș și trandafirul ăla spiny just grow like 3-4 meters and just impale and kill the two Imperial Knights on the spot in front of her. And now it is your turn.
Okay. With a spin, I duck and get the shield
Okay.
from the ground.
Okay, you take the shield.
I stand up. I look at the knight attacking me, who attacked me in the back, who stabbed me in the back.
Okay.
And I tell him, I ask him, what is your name?
Se uită la tine.
And that's when I strike.
Okay.
And that is when I strike.
Ok, nici n-are rost să facem un atac. This is going to be how do you want to do this for this campaign. And la ce am ajuns cumva cu ajutorul lui Adri e how do you want to end his story.
I will, o să-i deviez sulița cu scutul în jos.
Ok.
And in the opening, crossing my hands, I will just slide beneath his helmet and just slash his throat.
Ok. For cinematic purposes, și având în vedere că mai ai 1 HP, as you kill him with his last strength, he pierces you with his spear, dealing enough damage to make you unconscious.
I take that.
He falls to the ground, staining the white, beautiful snow of the pristine night forest with crimson everywhere. With your last strength, you see as the wolf-like girl just runs away from the remaining Imperial Knights încercând să supraviețuiască. You see the small boy tries to follow her, but one of the Imperial Knights just grabs him by the ankle. Ăsta cade, își dă cu capul, își sparge capul și vezi cum curge sânge, not knowing if he's alive or not. Weirdly enough, the girl with the magic green flame, she stands up, looks around, and walks and just runs off into the night of the woods, not even looking behind her. So you see 3 children survive.
Okay. Just choose one escape. Okay.
The unknown female knight begins to fight against the other Imperial Knights as your consciousness fades to oblivion.
Care au scăpat, mai zi-mi dată dintre ei.
Fetița lui,
The Green Fire.
the Green Fire one, habar n-ai cum, ai văzut cum a fost tebuită și împeluită, trebuia să fie moartă.
Așa. The boy who heals.
Yes, the boy with his healing hands. And the wolf girl. Ei 3 sunt cei care au scăpat.
Și Wolfgare la empat, nu?
Aia care cumva ți-a transmis emoțiile și toată furia aia, ei cumva... Yeah, empată.
Okay.
Okay, so... The chaos of battle subsides. Father Benedict and the Imperial Guards are all dead, killed by your hand and the hand of the stranger. Once pure and white, the forest is now red and tarnished by the spilled blood and guts of the fallen. Are you alright, mister? I tried to heal the others too, but it was too late. They're already dead. As you open your eyes, after the battle, one of these so-called monsters, stands before you, offering you his frail hand and a smile as he tries to help you on your feet. It seems that this boy saved your life. You don't understand how he can smile in this situation. How can he show kindness to his torturers and abusers? Watch as he tries to heal the Imperial Knights. He tries to heal Father Benedict as he healed you. But they were already too far gone.
Don't bother.
You hear the voice of the female knight as she takes her sword. If you can stand, you can walk, says the black armored warrior that just killed almost all of the guards single-handedly. Weirdly enough, not a single scratch on her. She walks towards the priest's fallen body, takes his velvet cloak that's already tarnished with his spilled blood, and begins cleaning her giant two-handed sword with his cloak. Not looking at you, o vezi cumva stă cu spate la tine, she says, "After we find sanctuary, I will explain everything, Albert Benoit," she says, not even looking at you. După ce își curăță sabia, se ridică. Se lasă într-un singur genunchi în fața băiatului, își dă helmetul jos. She's mesmerizing, beautiful. White skin, white hair, crimson, piercing red eyes, with a faint glow to them. Imagine her as she stands, bend on her knee, right knee. She shows compassion to this unknown boy. Vezi, băiatul are capul spart, i-a curs sânge, dar nu s-a vindecat. A încercat să vă vindece pe voi restul. Dar pe el nu. She looks at him, îi mângâie obrazul, the unknown female knight, and says to the young boy, "You will come with us. We are indebted to your grace, and for this you have my protection." She stands up, looks around. She looks at you and the boy. "Follow me. We have many things to talk about." What do you do?
I will say... Well... You did promise answers.
As I said before, once we find sanctuary, these woods will be filled with Imperial Knights and priests. Soon. You need to be patient. By the way, ca un pic de out of the game, diminerul ei s-a schimbat sau se schimbă în funcție de ce decizie ai fi luat tu. Deci ai mers pe una dintre ramificații prin faptul că ai decis să îi salvezi pe copii sau să-l omori pe The Knight, pe The Priest. În funcție de deciziile tale, decizia ei ar fi fost diferită.
Okay.
So now she looks at you and talks to you and says, "As I said before, once we find sanctuary, I will explain everything." She gives you a measure, top to bottom, takes the little boy by the hand, and begins walking deeper into the north, deeper into the forest.
Ok. Știind că îi datorez măcar o încercare, o urmez. Also, I'm fucked. I am aware that I am fucked.
Ești cu 1 HP, by the way.
Nu numai că sunt cu un HP, but I killed priest and some guards.
ok, da, yeah.
I'm not an idiot, no?
Exact. Ok. Let me just pull up. You follow the unknown knight deep into the wilderness of the forest, towards the unforgiving north of the winterlands. You ask yourself, a woman did all this? How can she be so powerful? There is doubt inside your mind and heart. Maybe she wants to kill it you too. Maybe this is just a facade. Maybe she wants to kill you too after luring you into the woods. You can't show weakness now, Albert Benoit. Weakness is a death sentence. After walking through the forest for almost 2 hours, this young human boy collapses. The unknown warrior takes him in her arms and just continues walking, not saying a single word. You use all your remaining strength and follow her for a few more minutes until your weakened body just stops as you fall back into unconsciousness. A nightmare takes you. Darkness, echoes, demonic whispers everywhere. Albert, give me your flesh. You are bound. Imperial guards behind punish you with spears and swords. Priests laugh, they abuse you and call you monster, monster, monster. Such an unpleasant dream. Is this how those children felt? Finally, after who knows how long, you wake up to the comforting warmth of a small campfire. Every part of your body hurts. Alongside you, the young boy sleeps. He must be pretty tired. Before you, the unknown warrior sits on the other side of the fire, still clad in full black plate armor, her sword still resting on her shoulders. There is no kindness for you in her bright red eyes, but there is a mysterious beauty about her. She stands up, tucking her long white hair behind her ear, her eyes still fixed on you. It seems she has found a cave, a cavern of sorts, a sanctuary, as she so sternly put it. Maybe now is the time for explanations. You hastily try to find your sword, but it's gone. You look for your shield, but it's gone too. You are prey, and she is the hunter. She just watches you. Why did you choose to kill that priest? Did you want to help the children? Why did you decide not to listen to their command?
I don't know. It made me feel like I would lose myself if I did it. That's all I can say.
She takes one of her pouches and takes out this stone crystal and tosses it in your direction. You catch it. You open your hand and reveal a small crimson crystal shaped like a broken heart. It's warm to the touch, and it has an unnatural heaviness to it. She says, "That Albert Benoit, son of Bricalot and Evergreen, is a soul crystal. It contains the memories and powers of its former wielders. All dark knights, like myself. I am here because of this stone. This red crystal chose you to become its new bearer. Why? We will find out."
How do you know my name?
I know many things about you. Like you, I am a golden blood.
Which house?
I will talk about myself in time. Know that I don't mean you any harm.
You're right, sorry. I saw two other children escaping.
And I hope they are safe. There are two reasons why I attacked those so-called knights. Why I chose to act. One is you, and the second one is this boy. My grandfather was the former Archbishop Maximus.
Sorry.
He was killed, slain by the current Archbishop, by Alexander Adeodatus Leomund I. My sister is loyal to him. My house is loyal to him. I was chosen to become a Dark Knight by my master. At first I declined. But after I have learned the secrets of the Empire, after I've learned what the current Archbishop did to my family, to my father, my mother, I've decided to take up this blade of obsidian and become a Dark Knight. Vezi că se ridică și cumva încearcă să-ți explice cât de bine poate. The pious Holy See's clergy guide the flock, and the devout knights protect the weak. Yet even the holiest of men succumb to the darkest of temptations. None dare to administer justice to this sacrosanct elite residing outside the reach of the law. Who then defends the feeble from the transgression of those meant to guide and protect them? You see her bitterness You see her watching over the unconscious, tired, exhausted boy. A valiant few take up arms to defend the downtrodden, and not even the holy priests and knights can escape our judgment. We are pariahs in our own land. We are known as the Dark Knights. We are sentinels who bear no shields. We do not declare allegiance. Instead, our great swords, and you see her pull her great sword out, holding this giant sword with a single hand. This acts as a beacon to guide the meek through the darkness. You, Albert Benoit, have been chosen by the memories of the Soul Crystal to become a Dark Knight. You can call it whatever you want. Destiny, faith, will of the gods, whatever it is, you have been chosen by this crystal. And I am its caretaker. I am your master. An enemy of the corrupt and tyrannical despots that the Empire has produced over the year. That is what you will need to become. Renounce your lineage, toss away your family's name, and become a beacon of hope in the darkest times. We Dark Knight walk upon the edge of a sword. On one side there is light and hope, on the other there is endless darkness. Stray but once, and you will fail. You need to choose, but let me make it clear so that you understand. There are secrets beneath secrets. The Empire is corrupt beyond redemption. Believe me, I know. In the shadows of the night, the priests, even the Emperor himself, made pacts and contracts with fell demons. Those who should protect us, to protect the common folk, to stand for hope and the future. They are the ones who deal in fell magic and vile experiments. Look at what they've done to these poor children. And when they consider these experiments failures, they kill them in the woods in the middle of the night. You will need to choose, Albert Benoit. You can return back to your family as a traitor. You will be killed, called a heretic, branded. If you are lucky. If you are not, you will be sent to the fell as a sacrifice for their lords and masters. And that is the hidden truth behind the machinations of the Empire. Eobul was not chosen by a god. Emperor was chosen. Eobul was chosen by demons. That is the truth behind it all. This is your choice. I will not force you to accept this gift. It will be hard. The training is harsh. It might kill you. Even though the crystal has chosen you, it doesn't mean that it's accepted you. There are many tests, many trials you need to overcome for you to become a true Dark Knight. It is my duty to guide you, to train you, to teach you, to show you. And I am bound by a promise. Și-a sabia și-o pune în spate, își ia helmetul și-l pune pe cap și pleacă afară.
I will go outside.
Okay.
So, how do I know that what you are saying is true?
Trust your instincts.
I do not feel it. So, do I feel anything from the stone? Right now, I mean.
Just warmth and a heaviness to it.
All I feel is a little warmth.
I am a dark knight. I do not lie. And I don't take my promise and my duty as child play. What I am telling you is the truth. You have my oath. I promise you, on the name of my master and on the sword that I carry, that I wield. You have been lied to. Your grandfather...
Well, I know that. I have realized that today. But the Emperor being chosen by demons, that would make all of us noble houses false, void, shams.
And that is the truth.
Conspirators.
And that is the truth. Eobul didn't sign a pact with a god. The demons. There is a special kind of breed of demons known as ambassadors. They are the only known creatures, with a few exceptions, who have the ability to travel between the Fel and Orstera. They brand beastfolk and elves and innocent, not golden blood, the priests and the knights, all in the name of the Empire, the Emperor, the Holy See of Triumph. Judge them, take them. They say they killed them, destroyed them, but in truth, they are sending them to the Fel to be eaten.
You said my father's name.
Your grandfather was my master.
Holy shit. Okay.
The crimson crystal that you now wield was his. I made a promise, and I intend to keep it, Lord Albert Benoit. Take the dark road. Choose to fight alongside me and the other Dark Knights, and I will show you the lies of the Empire.
I will need a new name for a while. They know me here.
If you choose either way, you are wanted by the Empire. Either way, pardon my old Orsteran, you are fucked.
My French. What about the boy?
The boy is of noble blood as well. He is the bastard son of a former founding father.
Very well. I have nothing to lose.
Then,
I have nothing on me. I have nothing.
that is not true. You have me. She holds out her hand, takes a knife, and just cuts deep into the flesh. Give me your hand.
Aleși la sânge.
Taie. Și la sânge. Albert Benoit is gone. So the great Albert Benoit, how did he die? By seeing blood.
By seeing blood.
So
Era deja rănit, era deja rănit.
You make the pact of blood with your future master. She bows before you, saying, in the name of my promise, I swear on my crystal and yours that I will teach you the trials of the crimson, that I will guide you through the darkness to reach the light. She stands up. You don't need a shield. You need a new weapon, a new name. And I will teach you the secrets and the lies.
I kneel.
She takes a few steps back. Show me. She takes a few steps back. Pulls up your little longsword and tosses it in your direction. Show me your determination.
I will pick up the sword.
Okay.
And adopt a stance, one of the more aggressive ones that I know.
Okay. No. Hold the sword like this. She takes the sword. She's like pulling the sword up, showing you how to hold it with two hands instead of one.
I try to follow her lead.
Attack me. I know you are weak, but that is what the Dark Knight does. Fights against all odds. Fights against destiny, corruption, tyranny, whatever it takes. Even if all the blood and the crimson of your body just spill everywhere, you fight, for you are a Dark Knight, chosen by the heart of your fallen grandfather. Fight me. Show me.
I will draw a deep breath. Thicker than gold. And I will charge
Okay.
at her, trying to strike.
Okay.
That actually strike, connect. No training stuff.
Okay. You try to connect, but she moves with an insane dark speed. Unnatural speed. She sees through your every attack. She's stronger than every knight or paladin or avenger you have fought before. Your former instructors just pale in comparison. She's not even using her sword, and with her bare hands she just tosses you around. She doesn't pull her punches, so she's making you unconscious a few times, just healing you back, bringing you back with her magic. 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes of this dark dance, and you can not move anymore. And then she says again, "Rise! Rise! You are a Dark Knight. Do not show weakness. Rise! But do not show weakness for yourself. Do not show weakness for others."
I will, așa sprijinit în sabie, mă ridic. I was thinking, Reno, would be a good name, and I charge her again.
You charge her, you attack her. With all your might that you have left, you charge and strike at her. And you finally manage to cut her a bit. Just a little wound. She looks at you. I like it. My name is Iseldis. Iseldis, the Dark Knight. Even though we are not related by blood, we are related by honor.
Iseldis. Și mai e cum?
Just Iseldis. For now.
Uite cu Y. Se vede în...
So, for the next few months, you are going to live together with her deep inside of the northern reaches, beyond the borders of the Ganabalt Empire. She's going to tell you stories about the former wielders and masters of the Crimson Crystal. She's going to tell you about Sidurgu, Aimric.
Să-mi notez?
Cum vrei.
Când trec numai numele, mi le trec degeaba, știi?
She tells you that when they died, their memories remained intact inside of the Crimson Heart. And those memories chose you as the most compatible one with the Soul Crystal. She tells you that she is a guide, she is your master, she's going to teach you how to use the sword. She's going to actually buy you the first great sword. It's going to stay with you for many, many years. Just a normal great sword. The little boy's name is Aiden.
Aiden,
Aiden.
american.
A-I-D-N.
Da, de American Aiden.
Da,
ok.
Aiden. And I'm going to just dump a lot of information right now. Pentru că you are going to find out what the real empire is all about. The empire is built on lies. It's deceiving the masses. 500 years ago, Eobul the Conqueror wasn't chosen by a god. There is no divine Horus. There is Orsa, there is Finis, and their 8 children. 500 years ago, one of the ambassador demons came to this realm and chose Eobul to become the envoy of the demon emperor himself. In reality, these ambassador type demons can travel through dimensions, can travel between the Fel and Orstera. They mark people as sacrifices with brands. And then the Empire hunts them down. Singurii care știu acest adevăr e the Emperor Eisen, the Archbishop, a few selected priests and bishops close to the crown, close to the Archbishop, and of course the heads of the founding families. Your father knew about this. Your grandfather learned about this, and he chose to fight against the Empire. He
Deci
rebelled.
când demonii ăștia branduiesc oameni care să fie sacrificați, oamenii ăia îs copii de genul ăsta? Sau nu neapărat copii?
Poate să fie copii, poate să fie adulți,
Atunci primesc puteri și din astea sau nu știu și...
In scheme for this pact, the emperor of the Ganabalt Empire gained strength, magic, forbidden items.
Nu zic copiii și oameni, persoanele care sunt marcate că trebuie
Nu.
sacrificați.
Dacă sunt marcate, practic se pune o țintă pe capul lor și the Empire knows that they have been chosen by the demons, they want to eat them and they are going to send them to the Fel via ambassador demon.
Și de obicei îți marcați oameni care au puteri magice sau...
Depinde. Nici ea nu știe exact Iseldis, dar știe că
dintre copiii ăștia aproape toți erau something.
Something.
Dacă nu-i clar pentru nici pentru Iselda, atunci e ok să nu-mi zici.
Aiden nu este marcat, asta pot să-ți spun. Băiatul ăsta, Aiden, nu este marcat.
Nu este marcat?
Nu, el nu are niciun brand.
Ok. Dar are puteri.
Are puteri. Zice Iseldis. No, imaginează-ți un fel de montaj când trec lunile și te antrenezi cu ea prin pădure. Imaginează-ți hood up, cloak up. Toți trei cum călătoriți luni, 6 luni, un an prin păduri, prin orașe. You take the odd quest here and there to just make enough coin to go by. You meet other fellow Dark Knights. Iseldis tells you that they are few and far between, but they have some sort of a connection. You know that they do dealings with the Seekers, this secret organization that sells and buys information. You learn about the Seekers and that they first came to be when lower-born nobles got tired of the Empire's, interdicțiile puse pe cărți magice și pe tomes și chestii din astea. Și atunci ei s-au hotărât să copieze informații și să le dea on the black market, să le vândă, să-și facă și ei un bănuț, dar să ducă și la the common folk knowledge about spells and magic and arcane stuff.
Basically contraband books, nu?
Exact așa au început. În timp, the Seekers became, together with the Dark Knights, some sort of a rebellion force. Of course, if they are found by the Empire, they are to be taken, bound, executed on the spot. You are considered possessed by demons, in league with Fel demons, you use Fel magic, and by the way, you really use Fel magic. Iseldis îți spune că this is Fel magic, but magic, Renault, că de acum încolo o să zică doar Renault.
Da.
This Fel magic is not evil. It is all a lie made up by the Empire. They use Fel magic to their own gains. Astromancy is not Fel magic. They just cannot control it. It's divine magic. Some forms of arcane magic, they label it as Fel magic so that they can maintain control. Not all of them are evil. Not all of them are corrupt. And it comes to us, Dark Knights, and others like us, who fight for freedom and hope and love, and for another future, to find these individuals, to discern who is corrupt and who is not. Again, scena se schimbă, you go to a city, you go together with her and Aiden and just kill one of the lords. Ce făcea la copiii din satul ăla sau din oraș, ce ritualuri făceau satanice și ce contrabandă cu tot felul de organe și e groaznic. Deci vezi niște lucruri în anii în care îi petreci cu ea oribili. Nici nu pot să-ți descriu.
Ok.
Dar cu timpul, în anumite momente, nopți în care dormi, you begin to have these dreams of other Dark Knights, of their endeavors and deeds and what they did in the past. You see this young girl care basically tatăl ei used dragon blood to make some sort of experiments on her mother when she was pregnant. And the girl, when she was born, she had these weird abilities. Of course, the mother, who was a bishop, killed the father and tried to kill the girl. But then Sidurgu came, this aura Dark Knight, and saved the girl. a crescut-o, a ajutat-o să crească, a salvat-o de maică-sa și fetița aia la un moment dat a fost nevoită să-și omoare propria mamă. And then she became a Dark Knight. When Sidur...
Îi scuipa asta,
Riel, ăștia trei cumva țară în evidență. Sidurcu, Riel, Aimeric.
Riel este fetița?
Da, fata care o să o vezi mare la un moment dat, blondă, frumoasă, full plate armor, black, plate armor, cu dita mai sabia după ea. O să ai tot felul de amintiri și o să trăiești momentele alea și you're going to be there with them, and at some point the vision, the dreams become so real that they talk to you, they teach you, they show you their techniques and abilities. At some point you begin to manipulate magic and your legs and your abilities, you plunge and exact cum face ea și sar distanță foarte mare, you try to harness the fel magic around you and create barriers around you to protect you, and you are becoming a Dark Knight more and more and more. Aiden devine la un moment dat adolescent. By the way, about Aiden. Afli că Aiden e the bastard child of one of the noble houses și o să și spun, dacă vrei să-ți notezi, să spun exact de ce familie aparțin ăștia doi.
Care doi?
Păi Iseldis și Aiden. Și o să-ți spun imediat. So, Iseldis aparține de House Astor. The House of Astor is the backbone of the Holy See of Tryon. Și majoritatea din familia Astor ocupă poziții importante inside of the church. As bishops, whatever ranks there are. The former head of the family was Archbishop Maximus, care a fost omorât de the current Archbishop. The current head of House Astor e Lady Bach, exact ca Bach, compozitorul. Lady Bach II, care e sora mai mică a lui Iseldis. E basically sclava lui the Archbishop, e în limbă după asta. Atât o manipulat-o și e la degetul lui, al lui the current Archbishop. Aia face absolut orice ce vrea the Archbishop. E sclava lui. Punct. Și Iseldis cumva a făcut un oath that she's going to kill her sister and kill the current Archbishop. Whatever it takes. Și afli despre Aiden că el aparține de House Ambrose. Și misiunea lui Iseldis, the current lord of the House Ambrose, e Adelal, îl cheamă. A-D-E-L-L-A-L. Adelal e the current, the firstborn son of the former head. Adelal
deci e current head.
Da. Adelal e the current head. Și e fratele mai mare vitreg al lui Aiden. Adevăratul nume al lui Aiden e Noel. Scuză-mă, nu, Ambrosius. Ambrosius. Pe scurt, Ambro. Și o să ai, dita mai avem, nu putem să facem toate chestiile astea, evident, dar o să-l ajuți la un moment dat pe Aiden să se întoarcă înapoi la casa lui și o să fie acceptat de Adelal, o să fie acceptat de familia lui. Și o să își a rămas bun la un moment dat și o să zică Aiden, cum îl cunoști tu, care te-a hiluit de nenumărate ori, ți-a făcut mâncare. El a fost ăla care a cărat provizii, care a făcut rost de tot felul de materiale, foarte deștept băiatul, foarte wise, foarte ahtiat după cunoștințe, atâtea cărți a citit, cât de mult a putut din momentul în care a fost cu voi, de fiecare dată numai ca să acumuleze cât mai multe informații. Și ai auzit multe chestii de la el despre The Empire, despre tot felul de relații, despre tot felul de case nobile. He became your friend. Și a învățat împreună cu tine de la Iseldis o grămadă. Și e momentul ăla super emoționant în care Aiden plânge cu muci și te ia în brațe și și-a rămas bun de la tine și de la Iseldis și știe că e momentul ca el să se întoarcă la el acasă. Părinții lui sunt morți, by the way.
Da.
Tatălui l-a făcut cu o servitoare și ce s-a întâmplat în momentul în care servitoarea a rămas gravidă a fost dat afară. Ca să, bineînțeles, nu se afle, servitoarea l-a avut pe Aiden, a încercat să îl omoare când a fost mic, dar n-a putut. Și până la urmă l-a vândut pe Aiden la biserică și biserica l-a luat și a făcut experimente pe el. Îți povestește despre singura lui prietenă pe care au avut-o cât timp a fost în locul ăla groaznic. Singurul loc. Singura lui prietenă și spune că numele de Aiden l-a primit de la fata asta, fata aia lup, care a scăpat.
Okay.
A fost singura lui prietenă. S-a uitat mult timp după ea, dar n-ați găsit-o. Dar speranța lui e că trăiește. Și el i-a dat numele de Velvet. Că lui se părea că preoții care mai veneau aveau velvet robes. De-aia am greșit când ți-am zis alt material. Erau din velvet. Și el își imagina tot timpul că velvetul e soft și frumos. Și că de-aia tipa asta avea părul așa frumos și soft și i-a zis velvet. Deci asta a fost singura lui prietenă. Și se pare că avea ceva sentimente pentru ea. A fost primul lui crush.
He was 7.
Da, nu contează. Eu la 7 ani am avut primul sărut. el când l-ai cunoscut avea cam 8-9 ani. Cam așa avea.
Ok.
Fetița avea cam 9-10 ani. A fost un pic mai mare decât el. Dar, young boys like older girls, I guess. Nu știu. Și, ai avut momente foarte frumoase cu el. Ți-am zis, tot timpul făcea mâncare bună. Ați povestit noaptea când Iseldis încă nu știu ce făcea și rămâneați voi doi. Ați avut momente frumoase împreună. După ce l-ați lăsat la un moment dat pe Aiden Ambrosius acasă la el, ai mai călătorit cam jumătate de an, un an cu Iseldis până când ai avut parte de ultimul antrenament cu ea. One fight to almost death. Evident, te-a unuit de numai că e mult mai tare ca tine. De-abia ce ai început călătoria ta. După care își a rămas bun de la tine. Și în momentul ăsta ai undeva la 18-19 ani. Deci cam de 3-4 ani ai călătorit cu ei și cu ea. Și îți spune la final că I think it is time that we take our separate ways. It is time for you to embrace the trials of the Crimson Heart. They will come. They will be... Some will be gruesome, punishing. And some might be unexpected. They can come in your dreams. They can come in the middle of the day. But I have faith in you. You are like a brother to me. And during our times together, I have come to love you like my own. But now it is time for you to go on your dark road.
From darkness comes light. Sister.
Don't forget, your heart is the light. Everything else is darkness. Don't let the abyss consume you. Don't let the darkness consume you. Be a beacon of hope inside these unknown times for those that need your help.
I will do my best.
She's going to give you an embrace. And she's going to kiss you on the forehead. And with a smile, just disappears into the darkness of the unknown.
Bounce out.
And you are left all alone to fend for yourself and to begin the trials of the Crimson Heart.
Oh, trials of the... Ok, deci sunt ceva trials formally?
Da. The former memories, they are going to test you.
Ok.
And for many years, you survive in the wilderness, you survive in unknown villages and outposts and towns, trying to keep to the shadows, trying to do odd quests and jobs here and there to survive. But the trials don't come. Și trec mulți ani. And the trials don't come.
Perfect.
And I think this is a good place to stop.
Perfect. Știi că eu ți-am zis că vreau să fiu like reticent față de a fi Dark Knight. This is perfect. Sau atâția ani și nu primesc nimic. Just I love it. Super, perfect. Okay, that was very cool. Very cool.
Sper că ți-a plăcut.
I did enjoy it a lot.
Mă bucur, chiar mă bucur.
Actually, după mine, puteai să nu dai niciun zar, sincer.
Puteam, dar am zis,
Deci
hai
asta a
pixel.
fost. Puteai să faci cinematic complet. Îmi zici ce vrei să faci acum, credul tău sau ceva. Nu-mi trebuia inițiativă. Nu trebuia.
A fost doar for show și să testez eu un pic pe The Forge chestii.
Da, nu. Da, fapt, actually, dacă e așa, da,
E primul meu fight pe Forge și am vrut să fie cu tine. But now you are a Dark Knight, level 1. You have your...
Da.
Ca și o chestie din partea mea, având în vedere acum că îți cunoști backstory-ul și ai așa un pic de glimpse legat de familie, de Iseldis, de Maiden, de un pic de aventurile pe care le-ați avut, you know, the secrets of the Empire și așa mai departe, I will let you retrain, if you want, up to 2 skills.
Din ce am...
Yes.
I will... deci din ce mi-ai spus tu acum, cred că aș... am 3 skills doar.
Păi tu nu ți-ai pus alte două. De la backstory. Mai ții minte că am avut discuția asta și ai zis că după ce faci îmi spui, ai fost băiat deștept.
Bun.
Poți să-l pui
Da,
acolo.
da. Vreau survival atunci.
Ok.
Pentru că dacă am 3 prin
Da.
băticii și tralalauri. Și o să vreau... guessing... persuasion.
Ok.
Survival și persuasion.
Ok, awesome.
Sau deception, nu persuasion.
Deception, ok. Păi na, it makes sense.
Hiding and stuff like that. Ok.
Mamă,
da.
nu pot să cred și am terminat la 8. Deci în cap, deci că tot a fost calculat pe secundă.
A fost ceas. Nu, a fost... Actually, da, m-am lămurit și eu o să fac așa dacă încep o campanie nouă la un moment.
Așa că e mișto, e fain.
Da, e fain. Merge foarte fain.
No, și acum ești Renault
Toussaint.
Renault Toussaint, ok. Și o să vedem data viitoare, când o să jucăm, o să începem The Two Offs.
Da.
Se zice.
Ce vreau să zic, eu sunt plecat din 26 până 1 noiembrie.
Nu-i problemă, ne potrivim.
Plecat cumva cu
Trebuie să opresc
serviciul.
înregistrarea.
E dintr-o sâmbătă până într-o joi. Scuze. Ciao.
Ciao, oricare vă uitați, sper că v-a plăcut.
Cândva.
Cândva, peste un an, 2.
Când ne zicem backstory-ul.